Yes, you got people chanting for him. Okay, cool. Yes, he's selling merch. Cool. But bruh, you just fired up over him losing the World Heavyweight Championship. At least he got 51 days. And at least he didn't lose in 3 seconds like Kofi Kingston, or 7 seconds, or whatever that was.
Fire those that are writing for this kid here.
What?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
If you can't come up with something simple to promote.
I ain't even make it 5 seconds, man, before I pause it again. Fire the writers? This dude cannot be serious, bro. I knew we were going to have this problem. Because Rikishi has been very vocal, as he should be. He's his own man. He has the freedom to, as he should, voicing his own opinion on his own podcast or show, whatever you want to call it, that he does. And he's been very vocal, and a lot of his clips have been going around ever since Jey, specifically Jey, has been in the spotlight. And this dude acts like he doesn't even have another son in Jimmy Uso and another son in Solo Sikoa. And I think they have another. I think he has another son that's like wrestling somewhere else. So the way that this dude, I mean, we're gonna get into it because I'm pretty sure in this entire 4-minute clip, I'm gonna have a lot to say. But I just want to let you guys know, man. Jey Uso losing the World Heavyweight Championship. I said it yesterday. That was my November 5th, okay? That was Gunther getting back his crown. That was, Donald Trump getting back his presidency. I think it's how you say it. Finally, y'all didn't have Gunther lose to Jey Uso a second time. Because that time in WrestleMania, man, tapping out. Nah, dog. Nah, you can't do my boy Gunther like that. Nah, dog. But anyways, hit that like, that subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and get into this because I'm sure I'm going to have a lot to say. Because I damn sure had a lot to get off my chest after 30 seconds of watching this. So
here's what I feel. I feel that those are writing for this kid. His storyline, you didn't do him justice. You didn't feed this champion right talent to be able to continue to make this champion. Not a fair shot in my eyes. So you go 51 days. I say
not a fair shot is what Rikishi says. Now, this isn't no kind of like him acting or nothing like that. Like, this is legit. And I'm mad confused as to how you spent so long in the business, born into the business, grew up into the business, spent your adulthood into the business, raised your family into the business, the next generations into the business, taught them the business and the lifestyle. And you still, everything, the ins and outs of how shit works, especially in WWE. And still sit up on your podcast and say some shit like this. Now, I have all the respect in the world for Rikishi, obviously. There's no reason. I have respect for anybody who can step in the ring and do what they do. Don't get me wrong. But I'm going to have to call it the way I have to fucking call it. I got to be truthful. I got to be honest. This, to me, you just sound like a salty dad. That's it. Like, you sound bitter, bro. You sound mad bitter that Jey Uso lost the World Heavyweight Championship. And it's like he doesn't know. At the end of the day, I'm like, bro, you do know, like, how this shit works. Like, you do realize Jey Uso's not the biggest dude on the roster. Not even remotely. Jey Uso's not the best wrestler on the roster. Not even remotely. The dude's not the most entertaining in the ring. Not even entertaining in the ring. I wouldn't say he's not. He is entertaining in the ring, but not the most entertaining in the ring. Not even close. So it was a battle. It was an uphill battle as the World Heavyweight Champion for Jey Uso to actually get over, because you have to convince other people, and by other people, you have to convince literally everybody else that he's better than all the people on the roster. You can't get him over as World Heavyweight Champion. I'm sorry, you can't. Now, if you continue to build him up and build him up and build him up, then yes, which is what I wish they were doing with Damian Priest right now. But at the end of the day, fam, Jey Uso was not a credible world champion. He was the Kofi Kingston of 2025. It is what it is. But you can't be sour. Don't you dare be sour. You can't be sour about it. Because you already know what it is. He's your own son. You should know that he ain't world heavyweight champ. He ain't number one champ, face of the company material, at least yet. Yes, you got people chanting for him. Okay, cool. Yes, he's selling merch. Cool. But bruh, you just fired up over him losing the world heavyweight championship. At least he got 51 days. And at least he didn't lose in 3 seconds like Kofi Kingston, or 7 seconds, or whatever that was.
Fire those that are writing for this kid here.
What?
If you can't come up with something simple to promote.
I ain't even make it 5 seconds, man, before I pause it again. Fire the writers? This dude cannot be serious, bro. Fire the writers?
Promote and push your champion that you, not me, you decide to put this kid in that position.
I wonder how The Rock feels too, because he's at the top of the top in WWE when it comes to the corporate shit. So I'm trying to figure out, all right, you're a family member of the top, and again, I'm not saying he can't say what he's saying, but it's just like, you know, you do realize like this shit is deeper than that. Like, it's not like they were just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna take the title off of Jey Uso. Yeah, whatever. No, fam, you had to do it eventually. He's not that guy. Keep building him to be that guy. That's why I was so like, I'm like, fam, you just had him win the Royal Rumble? It took me days to process the fact they had Jey Uso win the Royal Rumble, because I was like, Triple H was on a trajectory. I'm like, all right, we're getting better, awesome. Like this whole Triple H era is going great, and then boom, Jey Uso wins the Royal Rumble, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? And it's been going so bad lately that it's starting to make people think that I hate Jey Uso or that I don't like Jey Uso. I love Jey Uso. But World Heavyweight Champion, I've had a problem with him even being in the picture for the longest time. Longer than anyone.
And then that's it. All of a sudden, the brains done went, just cloudy. Like, you can't write. You can't think of an angle for Jey. Well, if you can't do your job, I say, best endeavors. Get the hell out the way. Put some...
Jey Uso should be glad that he got the chance to be a World Heavyweight Champion. And this dude, and I understand that in your immediate family, between, I guess, obviously him, I guess his brothers, and his sons, Jey Uso is the first World Heavyweight Champion, or the first World Champion. Rikishi never won a world title. Jimmy hasn't won one yet. Probably would never will. Solo might one day. So, look, man, I feel like you fucking up for everybody right now. Like, you're being like the, what's that dude? The ball dad. Pause. LeVar Ball. I think it's LeVar Ball. It might be the oldest one. Nonetheless, you guys know what I'm talking about. The Ball brothers and their dad. Like, this dude gives off that energy right now. But it's like, at least you did it at a high level. You did it at the highest level. So you should know how this shit works, first of all. Second of all, it's Jey Uso. You should know how he works, because that's your son. But yet, you're sitting up here on your podcast, and you're literally saying, hey, fam, I don't know what's going up there, and I feel like they should be firing writers and doing... You're asking for people's jobs at this point, bro. You're asking for people's jobs because your son lost the World Heavyweight Championship. You know how ridiculous and how clownish you sound?
In that position. Because the longer you keep the belt on this kid, the longer we talk about what's good for business.
No, the longer you keep him on him, the longer you expose Jey. We thought he was going to have a really good match after he became world champion. Nope. The Logan Paul match was meh. His feuds were meh. Dude still couldn't cut a promo. He comes out there halfway out of breath. And again, not making fun of him, but making fun of him because I love Jey Uso. But 4 words, or was it 4 letters, 1 word? Yeet. And he's still out of breath to even say that half the damn time. And then when he is trying to cut a serious promo, he can barely say 2 lines because he's out of breath. At least it sounds like he's out of breath. Go to, I'ma be your ass at backlash. Yeet. Like, come on, man. Like, I can't take that serious as my world champion in 2025. I'm sorry. It may have worked in the Bruno Sammartino days and the Bob Backlund days. Maybe would have worked in the Hulk Hogan days. Probably not. He probably wouldn't even gotten to that point of yeet. But if he did and he had that kind of reaction, then yeah, I would probably believe maybe in the Hulk Hogan days they probably put the title on him too. But fam, in 2025, where there's so much wrestling knowledge all around the freaking world watching your shit, yeah, you need a credible world champion. And there's no excuse with all the talent, guys and gals that they have on the roster in WWE that you don't have that as your champions. Why is Zelina Vega holding a U.S. title right now? Why the fuck is Zelina Vega even on television right now, fam? This is a shit that I don't understand. You should be mad about that. You should be mad that Nikki Bella came back and is taking up TV space. You should be happy that your daughter-in-law, Naomi, is Money in the Bank ladder match winner and future women's world champion. You should be glad that Jimmy Uso still has a job. I love Jimmy Uso, man. But at the end of the day, man, Rikishi, you got to relax, bro. You seriously have to relax because right now you're giving off the most negative energy when it ain't even calling for that, bro. It ain't even calling for that. Who knows? Jey Uso, there may be plans that Jey Uso could win the world title back later on in the year when he gets even bigger of a star. And maybe he can cut a promo without running out of breath.
Merchandise sales to the roof. That's what it is. Last I knew. If you can't make money for the company, why are you in that position? So now they passed the belt on to Gunther. For what?
Please don't talk shit about Gunther, man. Come on, man. Let the man live. Rikishi, don't do this. Don't do this, bro.
Whatever reason. Hey, I ain't got no beef with Gunther. I ain't got no beef with any of those that are on the
Okay, we're good.
roster. I ain't got no beef with that.
All right, I want to say, bro, you're so off your rocker. If you go after the wrestlers, man, because it's like going after actors unless the actor comes out and they say some dumb shit, like Brody King over in AEW. We're gonna talk about that later, but I'm gonna tell you this, man. I gotta hand it to Rikishi about not going after the roster. So I give him that, but still going after writers, that's a hit below the belt, man.
And if I do, I'm gonna say it to your face, because that's just the type of man I am.
Rightfully so.
But let me back up. Good luck. Good luck if that's what your choice is to go that way. But let me back up and continue my thoughts on my son as far as, his run as the world champion. I didn't think it was justice. I didn't think it was fair. 51 days, that was it. I mean,
bro, that, like I said the other night, that's 50 days longer than he should have gotten. I'm going to keep it 100, as we say, right? 50 days longer than what he should have gotten. He shouldn't have won the Royal Rumble. You should have been happy about that. He shouldn't have made Gunther tap out at WrestleMania. And I'm going to still be mad about that. I'm going to still shove that back in WWE's face because that was such a stupid move. You have him pass out. But you still weren't happy about that. And now you complain about 51 days?
in a Continental Belt. A short run. That was it. Like, what is it? What is it?
Bro, do you not realize that both of your sons have held the tag team titles longer than anyone else except for New Day? Think about that. Arguably the best tag team in current day wrestling. You realize that it spans back to 10 years. They've been in the business longer than 10 years, but they've been in WWE at the top of that tag team division for 10 years. 10. And that's not enough? Because most people don't even get that. Most people that have been in the recycling doors of WWE dream of becoming even a tag team champion.
Against my boy. That you just feel like when you had done that to Randy Orton, if you threw the belt on Randy Orton for him.
Oh my God.
Would you have done that to John Cena?
No way. Oh my God. Now I gotta look in the comments, bro. They had to cook his ass in the comments after that. Ain't no way. I'm not even gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna acknowledge it. Y'all heard what he just said, right? We're gonna go to the comment section right now. Where you at? 2 minutes and 30 seconds? All right, just in case I lose my spot on the video. We're going to the comment section. All right. So let's see if they mention what he just said. I'm not going to acknowledge anything other than what he Come on, where's it at? Somebody's got to acknowledge it. There's no fucking way. All right, here we go. Yep. All right. Rikishi assumes Jey is as good as Cena and Orton. He is not. He also said everyone in Vegas was yeeting. I was there, and I was not fucking yeeting. I don't get how you can compare this dude to Cena and Orton, bro. Like, Rikishi, again, with all due respect, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? You really compared Jey Uso, no matter how big he gets between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. And trust me, he became a bigger star. I get it. But the in-ring work alone, he's got a lot of catching up to do to both of those guys. And yeah, you can say whatever you want about Cena. 5 moves, Cena, blah, 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 whatever. But, I mean, Cena can still go. And his matches can still be exciting. It's just this run right here ain't really whatever. But that's a whole other thing. But if we're talking about just careers alone, Jey Uso's got a long way to go, but the dude's 39. So it's not like he's going to be in the business another 20 years. Maybe to 50. Like Orton. But I'm telling y'all right now, man, Rikishi is not really he's not really making a case for himself bringing up Cena and Orton. Yeah, I gotta get
what
my,
John Cena. I mean, let's talk about it. Because last I knew, the last time we seen WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas, damn it, he had the whole arena. The whole arena. Yeet. Yeet, yeet, yeet your motherfucking ass yeet. So come on. Come on.
Come on what?
Somebody
He's still
tell me.
a star.
Tell me, what is it?
Come on what? People are still going to eat. He's still going to be one of the top guys. Like, what are you complaining about, bro? I genuinely want to know, what is Rikishi complaining about? Jey Uso has still gotten handed the world, bro. The world. And you complaining? Still? When you know how it works? Like I said, man, him and Jimmy are arguably the greatest tag team in current day wrestling of this era. Definitely one of the greatest. And you want to sit here and complain about Jey Uso. There was a time where we didn't even know that Jey Uso was even going to get a single shot. And I think they tested it out once Jimmy either got another DUI or he got injured. But I can't remember. So I'm not going to say whether it was one or the other. But it was, I believe, one of those two things where he was out for like a short amount of time. And Jey pretty much had to do his own thing. And I think that's what sparked out the whole like Jey versus Roman thing. I'm not too sure about that, but I think it was one of those two scenarios. But there's a time, and it was before that time, where everyone wondered, man, would Jey Uso really do that great? As it like we want Jey Uso as a singles? Nobody said that. Nobody was thinking Jey Uso as a singles run or as a singles guy. You should be happy at the fact that he's been not only a singles superstar, but the fact that he's able to pull it off at least a little bit up until he gets on the mic or inside the ring. But he's got all the fans in the world. He's won the fans over. Cool. But when he's not in the ring with his brother Jimmy, his matches are not great. Not one of them.
The bloodline has gave our heart and soul to this industry. 75 plus years, past, present, and future. And damn it, this is the way we treat it. This is the way y'all look at us.
What are you talking about? The Rock no-showed at WrestleMania, Rikishi. He gotta be joking, man. This dude got to be joking. There's no fucking way my dude Rikishi ain't joking. Ain't no way he ain't joking, bro. Like, this is...
This just ain't right, man. Ain't right. We've never been a problem. We've always been the source. The last I knew, the bloodline from Roman Reigns all the way down to the Usos, continuing on to Sepha, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu. The last I knew, back when it was COVID, fans were on the screen of TV. Who kept WWE afloat? Come on. You want to talk? Y'all want to go there? Let's go facts, man. Let's do facts. This was way before TKO came in the picture.
He's right. As I mentioned earlier, Jey Uso and Roman Reigns, that's when it sparked their rivalry. But remember, that didn't happen organic. I mean, that happened organically. That wasn't necessarily planned because Jimmy Uso, it wasn't planned for Jimmy Uso to be out. With that being said, you should be thankful, Rikishi, that they kept it. That they kept Jey Uso as a singles star. But instead, he wants to come on his podcast, complain about the fact that his son lost the World Heavyweight Championship. Tell me you're not giving off LeVar Ball vibes without giving off, or without telling me. I'm tired. I need to go to bed. I definitely fumbled that one, but you guys know what I was trying to say. Let me know what y'all think, man. Hit that like, that subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm just at this point, I'm so flabbergasted The fact that I'm even using that word should tell you I need to take my ass to bed. But I'm so flabbergasted at the fact that I have to sit up here and even talk about this because Rikishi wants to get up on his podcast and literally act like he doesn't know how the business works and act like he's never worked a day in his life in WWE, especially when it came. Like, if that's the case, how long did you have the Intercontinental Championship, Rikishi? How many times have you won the Intercontinental Championship? How many times have you won the World Championship? Exactly, you haven't won it at all. As long as you've been in a business, you have not won the World Heavyweight Championship. So you can't even at least be thankful that they put the strap on Jey and that they trusted Jey to be the face, even if it was for a month and a half. I don't know, man. Hit that like, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's your boy Corner, and I am OUT.